WH13 at the White Ranch project. Big property, 16.88 acres. It is surveyed with the corners marked, so you're in good shape there. This is one of those tracks that when you look at it from the aerial, it looks long and thin. And on a track like this, we would probably say it is long, but it's not thin. This tract is over 300 feet wide, and it's heavily wooded. So, I mean, if you're just 20 or 30 feet off the boundaries, you're already extremely private. So you've got 300 feet to play with going east and west, and close to 2,000 feet, well, a little over 2,000 feet going south. So you've got the opportunity for literally dozens of different spots or sites, for hunting and whatnot out here. This does have Pine Creek coming across the south side. As shown on the map here, I guess you'd say. We haven't hiked down to the south side to see. It's probably going to be a seasonal creek, but it is a named creek, which is kind of cool. Why don't we take a look at this? You can see this dashed line running over the northwest tip. That's a seasonal creek as well. That is not a named creek, but Pine Creek actually is. So here on the west, we've got the gravel road, Republican Road. Easement road comes into the east, so it's private easement road just for property owners and their guests. It actually ends about half a mile past the property, so very low traffic, which is a nice situation. And then the property has, again, over 300 feet of direct frontage on the easement road on its north side. Now, this tract does already have a private driveway and a site that's been kind of roughed in. So it comes southerly off of the easement road, goes through the timber a couple hundred feet, and then there actually is a kind of a small cleared site. This white dashed line is showing the basic rough outline of the driveway and site. Obviously, since it's recently cleared, it's not showing on this aerial as a cleared site. In a year or two, when these maps finally update, it will. But you can see it in the drone videos and in the ground video as well. So the property is 98, 99% wooded, other than the cleared site and just a little piece of meadow up in the northwest corner. Beautiful timber out here. We didn't see any signs of recent logging, other than obviously for the driveway and the cleared site, and then of course to widen out the easement road. So why don't we take a look at a topo map, and we'll see how this property sits.
It's 8:15.
8:15. So pure Ozarks. So definitely a lot of ups and downs, like the Ozarks is known for. On this particular tract, it looks like it's going to be the lowest on the north end by the little seasonal creek bed. As you go southerly, the topo map shows it staying very level. It probably does slope up a little bit, and then by the time you get to the cleared site, it's got a little bit of a slope to it. As you go south from there, if you see how far apart these lines are spaced, it's a gradual incline. The land does slope up gradually. You get a few hundred feet more into the south, and it starts to get a little steeper. And then actually, this particular tract has a large private knoll toward the center. So if you want to just an awesome, one-of-a-kind building site or campsite or whatnot, doing a trail to the top of that knoll could be amazing. If you cleared out some of the timber on your property, you could potentially have a view for miles and just be 100% private. So super cool. As we go south from the middle, from the knoll, it slopes down, and you've actually got kind of a long ridge that's going diagonally through the property, so quite a bit of level area there as well. And then going south from there, sloping down toward Pine Creek. If you look at this little area here, kind of the upside down V's, that's gonna, what the topo map is showing us is that's kind of not a valley, but I guess what you'd call a draw. And interestingly enough, this type of topographic feature, if you're looking for a spring or a cave or whatnot, this is a great place to look when you see this kind of stuff right here on a map, because that's going to indicate that there's, for thousands of years, been some kind of water runoff there, probably above ground and very possibly below ground. So that's how the caves are formed, et cetera, et cetera. That's where you'll find springs. And then, of course, as you go south, you've got Pine Creek itself, which, again, would be the low point of the property, much like the creek on the north. It's going to be lowest at the creek beds. So pretty special tract. There's a lot going on with this one. The hunting, of course, in this area is phenomenal. White-tailed deer and turkey hunting. We are less than 5 miles from the White Ranch Conservation Area, which gives you several thousand acres of additional land. for hunting and camping and whatnot. They've got a public shooting range there, which is really cool. The Spring River runs through the conservation area, and that's really nice for fishing and swimming and kayaking and all that good stuff. So that's just 5 miles away. And having this particular tract, having the private driveway and the site kind of already roughed in, saves you a lot of time, potentially quite a bit of money versus doing one yourself. So you could certainly get up there and get your truck off the road immediately, and then you could potentially create some other trails or sites or whatnot. We saw some beautiful timber on this property. Check out the drone video, check out the ground video, and if you have any questions, please let us know.